Welcome to The Clown is Down, mid-month mental breakdown edition, a short episode where we rant about a topic that affects us all.
We care about our opinions so much that we felt like you deserve more.
Because doing is the other half of the battle. So sit back and give us a listen.
Or don't, whatever.
Hey, welcome to The Clown is Down, mid-month mental breakdown edition. This is Keith.
And this is Pete.
And we're going to come at you with another episode, but this is going to be slightly different tonight. Oh, tonight? Today? What we're going to call this?
These hours.
Yeah.
Time.
Come at you with at these hours. It's
news to me because
news,
I don't know what's going on. This is
well, because this just happened to me and I wanted to share it with you. And I thought I'd just go ahead and use this platform to put this out. So it's going to be a little bit different style here, and it's more or less of a rant as more of a story that I'm going to tell about something that I experienced the other day.
Once upon a time style.
Once upon a time style, yeah. And it's going to be about boom, 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 boom. Medical procedures.
Oh, shit. All right. Okay.
So, all right. So the other day I had a medical procedure done to me. It was really messed up.
Was it the 40-year-old finger?
No. See, this one, I'll tell you, I'm going to tell you in a minute. It's like, so basically for anybody out there that's had this done, I'm not trying to, speak light of it or make myself look like, oh, I'm not tough enough or whatever. But I didn't like it at all. And it's not something I ever want to do again. And I just want to, basically, I've seen too many movies. So the whole time I'm there, I'm on stress level, like I'm way above 100. I'm flipping out already. And I'm just looking at everybody's like facial expressions, everybody's attitude, the way they look at me is like completely off the charts to me. And I have severe anxiety. A few months back, I had some intestinal issues, and they had to do all kinds of crap to me, and I ended up catching it and blah, blah, got taken care of. Well, this is the final straw in the testing. Basically, they had to put a camera down my penis and shove it as far back as possible.
Like one of those big interchangeable lenses? Or
yes, like it's that's what it felt like.
Yeah. Anything's gonna feel gigantic.
It was a catheter with a camera on the tip, and they had to push it inside me. So I knew this going in. I knew this going in. I was stressing about it for a week.
Yeah.
And like I was like, I don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this. And like I was like, but this is going to tell me everything. And like because I kept having TMI, everybody. But like I was going to say this because
was there no other way? No other options?
No, this is a medical thing. So adults, we're adults. We talk about this. There was blood in my urine. I had microscopic blood in my urine. I never saw it. I don't know. Yeah. But I had several tests and they kept finding it. And they're like, we have to see what this is. Oh. And so I was starting to get a little worried about that. So it added to my, it's been adding to my, my mood lately. And went to the clinic. And I remember as soon as I got there early. And the first thing I did was like, I was anxietied out. I was just like, I'm like flipping out. So I remember the first thing I did was I went to the bathroom and like I was like, I just gotta pee. And like
I was gonna ask you, you said it was early, so I mean, did you drink a lot of coffee that morning?
Yeah, well, I had one cup.
Did they tell you?
I had one cup because I have to prevent the headaches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Normally I drink more than that, but like I had just one cup because it was I'd have to be there till 11:15. So I got there at like 10:45, 10:50.
Ooh. And
like I was standing there and I went to the bathroom and as I was like urinating, the door opened up and the nurse just pokes her head in there and goes, Keith? I go, yeah. She goes, I need you to wait. And I go, in here? And like she goes, no, I need you to wait. Don't. She goes, I need a urine sample from you. And
I need your pee.
I know. And I was like, oh crap. I was like, well, I go, don't worry. I go, I'm full of anxiety. I'll get you some more. And like, so she goes, okay. She left. So when I came out of the room, I thought I was gonna go back and sit back down. She was waiting outside the door and she was like, come on back with me. And I was like, oh, I'm not ready for this. So the wife was with me And like, I look at her and then I go, can she come back with me? And like, they go,
she doesn't want to see this.
no, see, she thought she was going to get, no, she wanted to, she thought she was going to get to sit in the room and watch it on the video camera.
What?
And
no.
get to watch it. And like, so she's like all excited about it. You know, she's over there grinning ear to ear, you know, like, this is gonna be awesome.
That's terrible.
And like, so then I go back in the back room and I'm like sitting down, I'm starting to like, you know, sweat it out. I'm like, okay. And I could hear the doctor. I know I already had a interview with him already before. I could hear him in the other room. He's very loud. He talks very loud. I could hear him in the other room, just talking up a storm with somebody.
Yeah. We're going to jab that in his old penis.
Yeah. And then,
damn it.
So basically he comes in my room and they hand me a pamphlet with all the warnings and things that could happen, everything that could go wrong. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, dude, when I was reading off the warnings of like what could possibly go wrong, because there's only 4 things that could possibly go wrong. And one of them said puncture. Puncture blood.
More than 4 things.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what it said on on that laminated paper I had. And then I go, so doc, right here it says right here, punctured wall, you know. And he goes, you don't have to worry about that. He goes, I've been doing this for 25 years. I've never punctured a wall. And as soon as he said
down, someone had a problem with it.
Well, no, as soon as he said, I never had it happen before. I hear the wife.
I'm only 2 days away from my retirement.
I hear the wife under her breath, like, don't say that to him. Like, don't.
What could possibly go wrong?
And I was like, oh great, I'm the wrong. You know, like this is.
I'm only 2 days from my retirement. I've got a baby due next week. I'm living high now. Let's get this in your penis.
And I was just like, I don't know, man. And they left the room for a minute. The wife and I were looking at it, and like, I go, puncture the walls. Like, so again, folks, I have high anxiety, and I'm like, looking at this stuff.
That sounds dangerous.
And I'm like, I don't like this. But then he comes back in, and he's explaining everything to me. And he says to me, he goes, okay, so what we're going to do is, he goes, really easy. And the way he was talking about it, like he looked like he was smiling underneath his mask. I couldn't, you know what I mean? He was. But his eyes, like he was just like, he was so excited about this. And he was very loud about it. He goes, no, this is going to be easy. He goes, it's really neat. He goes, this catheter is shaped like a little U, like a hook. And it'll just slide right in. We just shove it right down there. He goes, it'll go in. He goes, we'll numb it up first. And he goes, we're going to numb you up. And I go, whoa. I was like, you're going to like come at me with a needle? And he looked at me.
They're coming at you with a needle.
And then I go, you going to put it? I go, are you going to put like a needle? Like, are you going to numb my? I was like, are you going to numb my junk up with a needle? And then he goes like, no. He goes, no. He goes, we're going to have a syringe, but we're going to squirt some stuff straight down your urethra. And I was like,
that's not better.
And I was looking at him, and I was like, crap. And I was like, starting to I'm sitting there like, you know, my hand, I'm getting palm sweats, and I'm like, all right. And he goes, well, what I need you to do first is. He goes, before we go in there, he goes, have I explained everything to you correctly? And I went,
I don't know. You're the doctor.
I know. And I was like, yes. And he goes, now state your name. And I had to state my name. And then he goes, okay, now sign this. And I looked over at the wife, and I was like, and she's like, just let me sign it. Well, anyway, he goes, okay.
Falling.
I know. He goes, okay. He goes, nurse is going to be in here in a minute, and we're going to take you on back. So I was like sitting there, and I was like, okay. So I turn around. I didn't have a chance to sit down, and the nurse opens up the door. She was like, all right, Keith, come on with me. She needs to stay here. And I was like, no. And it was like, I know. So I'm walking down, like, you know, I'm walking out in the hallway, you know. I get down there, and we go into this bathroom, and this nurse, like, she's standing there. The tech is like sitting there, and then she goes, okay, now, Keith, I need you, I just need you to take off your pants and your underwear, and then put this around your waist, and then you're going to go through this door right here. And she opened it really slowly.
What was around your waist? Like a towel?
A towel. And then so she wouldn't let me look around the corner. She goes, do not touch that table. Do not touch any table. You go straight in, and you go around weave around everything, and then the other tech in there will tell you what to do.
Do you think that was a COVID thing or a sterile thing?
A sterile thing. But I was looking at her, and I'm like, she goes, now, if you need to use the restroom, go ahead and do it now. Empty yourself out, and then you will head in there. And whenever you're ready, you can go. And I was like, just take off. She goes, just your pants and your underwear. Leave everything else on. And as she was backing out of the room, she locked it, but she made eye contact with me as she was backing out of the room and shut the door. And I'm like staring at her. My heart is racing. I'm like, what? So I sat there and
Oh,
I just sat there
this
and
is
like,
horrible.
and here's the funny thing. I was looking at myself in the mirror, you know what I mean? And like I had
There's a mirror in there?
well, obviously I was in the
Why?
bathroom, the room before you go into the other room. And I'm looking
Oh.
in the mirror and I was just standing there and I was like, okay, I still have a hat on and a t-shirt and socks and this thing around me.
That's
so
terrible.
I walk into this. I said, okay, doing it.
Just
Here we go.
strut in.
So I open the door and I walk in and the tech that was sitting there. Oh, and then I mentioned that everybody else other than the doctor was speaking really calmly, very calmly to me.
I would imagine. I could see that.
Well, here's the thing about me. When everything's calm around me, I freak out.
Yeah. It's like a storm going in your brain.
Yes. I go, when things get crazier and the crazier and the crazier things get, the more normal I feel and I feel relaxed. I don't know why, but it just is. Like, I guess I attribute to restaurants. Like the more chaotic it gets, the calmer I get, where I just
you
feel
need
like,
that, and you need that in the background.
But anyway, so I go in there and the tech, like just sitting down, he turns and he goes, stop right there. I need you again to state your name and why you're here.
Because you're going to shove some metal thing in my junk.
And I say my name and I go, I'm here to have a camera put inside me. And then the doctor behind me goes, good enough.
Exactly. Good enough.
He said that. He goes,
no
said,
medical procedure should ever have the words good enough.
He said, good enough. And I was like, oh my God. So then they go, okay. So he goes, I need you to lay down on this like bed and put your legs up in the stirrups. And I've never done this before. So I'm like, I lay down.
You did the stirrups.
I have my legs up in the stirrups. So here I am. I'm like just hat, t-shirt, socks.
Wait. Hold on. Pause. I have a very important question.
All right.
What was the temperature of the room? Because for those listening, we're dudes. This is not common for us. We're not like the ladies that have to go to the lady doctor and stirrups involved. This is new territory for us. We do not do this kind of thing in our life. So what exactly was the temperature of
the temperature of the room? Was fear for me. That's what the temperature was.
Fear.
It was
was it like a 72 or they cranked
warm.
the heat up for you because you got no pants?
But so anyway, so I get up on this bed and then he's like, all right, and he goes, now place your legs in the stirrups. And then he's talking really calmly to me, and I'm like,
say it like that.
And so I get up there and I'm doing nervous chatter, you know what I mean? So you get nervous.
We can't stop talking.
Yeah, you just like, I'm doing nervous. I was like, I was like, yeah, this is really different. I go, look at all this equipment. I was like, so you've been doing it, and all of a sudden he just grabs my junk and like just grabs it.
Grab it with force.
No,
with meaning.
He put his hand, he grabbed it. Like he put on gloves, he just grabs it and then he takes all these towelettes and he's just wiping all around and he's cleaning me off. And I'm going, this is weird. And I even said that to him. I was like, I go, dude, this is weird. And he goes, oh no, it's fine. We do this all day long.
He should have looked you in the eye and said, yes, I know. I have to do this all day. I'm grabbing junk left and right. I know this is weird. You know what they needed in that room? They needed one of the things like they have in the dentist office where they put the TV on this. No, the TV on the ceiling. Mm-hmm. So you could just look up and just watch like The Price is Right while they're just manhandling your junk.
Yeah. So then he calmly, patiently starts laying down little like sterile cloths like around to make a square to where just my part. And he goes, do not touch this.
So they know where to work.
Yeah. He goes, do not touch this. This is very sterile. He goes, I need you to put your hands behind your head. I'm going to put the it was the numbing agent in you now. And I was like, okay. And then like spreads up the tip, shoves a syringe down the tip of it and just squirts it down. And it was reverse pee going down, but it was like painful. It was painful. Yes. It was just like, I was like, whoa, what? It's like, what? There were like little shards of glass in that. Like when you shoved it in there. And it just like shoots down in there. And I'm like, okay. And as soon as he pulls it out, he clamps it. He put a clamp on the penis.
Because they don't want penis clamp. Yes. Is that a one size fits all? Or
I imagine it looking like, in fact,
do you think I thought it was like a chip clip. Do you think he gauges it like when you put it in the stirrups and he does the initial wipe down? He's like, I'm gonna need a 37-38 on this one.
So then, like, I get sprayed up there. I was like, "Oh my god!" I go, "Holy cow!" I set up for a minute. My head. So you sit back down, lay down. I was like, dude. I go, dude. I don't like that. I go, that hurt. And then he goes, "No, it's fine. Not even a second later, the door opens up and like a game show host, the doctor busted in, and he was like, "Hello, okay. He's like, how you doing? He goes,
I would be like, do not talk to me. Don't make eye contact. I'd just have like a whiteboard. No talking, no eye contact.
And he was like, okay. And he just comes over and he goes, I'm going to take this clip off now. And then he goes, all right, now I'm going to insert. And as soon as he said it, he just shoved the camera in there. And I felt it going all the way down. And then he was just
soul.
And I was like, he goes, oh, it's almost in. It's almost in. It's almost in. Look at the TV screen. He goes, look at the screen. Look at the screen. Look at the screen.
Fuck that screen.
And I looked at the screen and it was kind of cool for a minute. I was like, oh, wow, that's my insides. I'm going down. And it is cool. It's crazy. Like it kind of looked like, you know, the outside a little bit, like the hairs and stuff. It was really weird. But then all of a sudden it was like, I can't explain it other than saying there is a camera
in your dick.
And then you feel it. And he goes, I'm squirting a bunch of water in there now. And like, to blow it up, the bladder up. And like, and all of a sudden he goes, don't worry, it's only gonna be 4 minutes. I'm like, 4 minutes. And like, and then like, so I could feel it. And then
4 minutes of your life.
And I'm looking at the screen and I'm like sitting there and I kept flexing up on the table and stuff. And I was moving around and the tech's over there going, you need to stop.
Then
Stop.
You need to give me drugs.
I know. I go, why you, I go, I don't think the numb agent took off. I don't think it was numb yet. And I was like, and then all of a sudden he started moving it around more. And then I started thinking, I don't know, but the people outside the room must have heard me. I'm sure they made fun of me later on that day. I'm sure I was the butt of the joke at dinner that night. But I immediately I just yelped. I went, ah! I was like, please stop. Please stop. I just started saying that out loud. I was like, please stop. Take this thing out of me. Take it out of me. Please take it out of me right now. They go, we're almost done. We're almost done. I was like, no, just take it out of me right now. I go, please take it out. Stop. Please stop. Please stop. I mean, I'm surprised I didn't say whatever you want to know, I'll tell you. You know, just like, but I didn't.
The codes. I have the codes.
But I didn't. So I felt good about myself.
That's good.
You know, but I was sitting there and I kept like flexing on the table and they're like holding me down a little bit. And he goes, I'm almost done. I'm looking down at his hands and he's like a Atari controller is like what he was using, like an old
angry
school.
Hands.
And he was just like, he goes, all right, there we go. Oh, we looked at the other wall. He was just talking to me as I was flailing and screaming for him to stop. I was going, please stop, sir. I go, it hurts. It hurts. And then he's like, oh, hold on. Look at the other side. Ignore me. He goes, look at the other side. See, it looks fine. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. And then he goes, okay. And I'm like sitting there and I'm sweating bullets. And I'm like, oh my God. And then he just goes, okay, I'm going to retract it now. Pulled it out. And he goes, okay, we're all done. Everything's fine. Everything looked good. And I set up and I was like, I just got to pee. I just got to pee, dude. I was like, I just got to get out of here. And I'm like sitting up, I'm ripping stuff off me. And then like they're trying to calm me down. And then the tech goes, sir, we need to take your blood pressure right now. And I was like,
it's high. It's high.
That's what
I'll just tell you. My blood pressure's through the fucking roof right now. It's high.
So then like I just immediately just stopped like ripping stuff off and they go, sir, just go to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom and
please sir, just leave.
And I just sat there above the toilet. I like pissed my brains out. I pissed everything they just put in me. Peeing after that, they said it was going to feel they said it's going to burn for the next 12 hours every time you pee.
Oh, Lord.
And he wasn't kidding. It hurt so bad. It was like fire shooting out. It felt so bad.
Because you had a camera in your dick.
Yeah. And like, so I was like, so every time I had to go pee, I would like stand there in front of the toilet and be like, have to brace myself going, okay, all right, here you go. You're going to do this. You're about to pee. You are about to pee.
And here it comes.
And then bam, it was like, and I was sitting there and like, I couldn't even comprehend, what had just happened. I was like, that was so painful. And again, anybody that's ever had this done, I'm sorry, I'm not as tough as you, but like, it was horrible. I never had anything like that done before. And I never want to have to do that again. But then they go, just go in there, change, go back to the room. And I busted out of the room and my eyes were just red as could be, like, just rage red. And I walk in, the wife's sitting there. There I go, it was like an alien autopsy in there. That's what it felt like. And the tech was right behind me. And then like I go, they're monsters. And like
these people are terrible.
I'm like frazzled as could be. I'm just flipped out. I go, that was horrible. And I said to her, I go, they had me up in stirrups. And she stopped everything she was doing and looked up at me and she goes, they had you in stirrups?
Yeah, I was gonna say you're complaining to this woman who's gone through this like multiple times a year, has had a child, and like For decades, she's had to go to the gynecologist. Oh, I had to do this one horrible thing once.
And
Oh,
she-
really? You
and
had
she-
to do that? Was it bad?
And she literally said, "Men." You know, like just like men complain. So then I'm sitting there, I was like, "No, dude." I was like, they shoved the camera down my penis all the way down, and then I was like, I go, "It was horrible." I was like, I go, "Let's just leave." And like,
she was just going,
and then the doc came in and he looked at me. He goes, "Okay, everything looked fine." He goes, "So you know, you have nothing to worry about, blah blah. You know, okay, well, let me get your printout for you." And he handed my printout, and then he goes, "Now it's going to hurt the next 12 hours. You know, peeing." He goes, "Probably not going to. You might pee some blood, or you might see some pink color. You might see a lot of crazy things coming out of you. But you know, you should be, you know, if anything after like 24 hours, you know, give us a call back and let's hope we don't have to do it again. You know." And then
Yeah.
so he left. But then I was fully convinced when we were driving home. I bet you if we go back tomorrow, that facility won't be there.
Yeah.
I go, they were really weird. I was like, they were really calm and very overly excited. And everything about that was like, I had to say my name out loud, state my name, sign it, and they had to record me doing it. And then after they were done, you know, they were rushed to get me out of there.
like the texts were just like some like autonomous drones,
Yeah.
like not even real, like they're all drugged up and just moving through the motions, and the doctor's some kind of crazy mastermind. I gotta say the absolute hardest part for me hearing your story, and it is a story that I believe all men should hear, was to not say "that's what she said" as many times as I wanted to. So I'm super proud of myself for not saying that literally after every sentence you uttered.
But anyway, everything's good.
Dude, that's terrible.
They didn't find anything, but
that's even better. I'm glad.
Yes.
I'm glad you're okay, and I'm glad.
Yeah.
But men are pussies. We are just straight up. We're just straight.
Yeah.
We cannot deal with anything at all because I can just see your wife just looking at you going, "Yeah, stirrups, really? Was it that bad?" And just and you're like, "Oh, it's the worst thing ever imaginable." Blah 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 blah. blah. And I'm sure. Look, I'm sure it was. I know. Yeah. Did you get to keep the recording? Did they?
No. You know. Oh, one more thing is I was afraid, like when I was clenching, because they were saying stop clenching. I was afraid, what if I pooped? You know,
what am I clenching?
I know, like
What
I was
if
just,
pooped?
I know, like sitting there, like and just
Well,
knocked it out.
You know, and they're in the medical profession. They've seen it all, and they've grabbed a lot of junk. They grabbed a lot of junk that day. You know. Yours wasn't the first nor the last they saw that day. So as long as you were clean and you didn't stink, and you didn't have anything going on down there, they were probably like, "Dude, this guy's normal as shit." Thankfully, he took a shower today,
Yeah.
and he doesn't have like anything growing off his testicle. Nothing is discolored, and I don't have to wear a gas mask while I do this. So you were probably a bright spot in their otherwise dark and penis-filled day.
I was seriously terrified. Like I literally, because when I was laying there, and like you're laying there and your legs are up in stirrups, and then you had that little square around your penis, and there's some guy like wiping you down, and they're just holding on to you, and you're looking around, and there's just equipment everywhere, and just dings and dongs and things like that going off, and like just medical equipment, and like I was like, wait a minute, I was like, okay, you've seen too many movies. But anyway,
so what you're telling me is that I should never go to the doctor and get tested for anything. Got it. All right. And I know people in the medical field. They're built differently than people who aren't. Because they see it all. There's nothing that they haven't seen or experienced or gotten on them, and they're basically numb to it all. They don't care.
And you got to keep telling yourself that when you're there.
Yeah, I mean, this is a once. I would say lifetime, but maybe a year or once a month thing for you. They've seen 100 dicks, and yours is just another in a many.
I'm just
You're dick number 4 for the day. So it's and man, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can go through with it. It takes a lot to talk me into going to the doctor. Like I've got to be like, I got to have things falling off of me to go to the doctor, and you can't cheap out, because I went to a doc in a box, and because I've had stitches, so many stitches all over my body. I get about once a year, I'll have to get like a bunch of stitches for something, and you can't cheap out on it, man. You got to go to a good doctor. You can't cheap out on it.
Yeah.
I went to a bad doctor once, and and I got some lousy stitches, and that's all I'll say about that. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. If they told me, I'd put it off and put it off and put it off and put it off. Like I had my oral surgery about 2 years ago, and I put that off for years, and I shouldn't have, but I did, and it was over. But it was one of those things they brought up at the last minute. They gave me the drugs to put, because I had to get it was real deal surgery. I thought they were just gonna like give me a shot and go in there, but no, I was like at Emory, and like they were doing surgery on me, and they gave me the anesthesia, the first little thing they give you to make you kind of loopy, and they said, "Oh, when you wake up, you might not have a beard. We might have to shave your beard." So they were asking, and I said, "What?" I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" As I'm like naked in this gown, and like you pump me full of drugs, and now you're telling me that all of a sudden. And they were like, "Yeah." They were like, "Well, if we can't get to it, we're gonna have to go in through your cheek, and we'll have to shave your beard to do that." I was like, "Why am I just now hearing about this when I have no pants on?" Like, this is not the time to tell someone that. It's like, and in the grand scheme of things, I can grow a beard back, but they made a bigger deal about them shaving my beard than saying we might have to cut a hole in your face.
Yeah.
To go. I was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah. Yeah. Why can't you just be upfront? This was a conversation I could have had with my oral, and I had a great oral surgeon. I had an awesome surgeon. She was awesome. She was really good. Not too chatty. So I was happy with that. But she wasn't like all business. She was like, "Hey, how's it going? This is what we're doing. We're going to go through these couple of checks, and then we're going to, set up a date and cut your face open." But never once did she mention, when she was prodding around in my mouth, that she was like, "Oh, well, we may have to go through the side door." I was like, "There's no side door." It's so.
Oh, we'll make one.
Yeah, we'll just just shave you and cut your face. I was like, "That's not what you need to tell me right now. This is not what you need to tell me right now." So, sorry about your dick. At least they didn't have to go through the side of it.
Yeah, to go to the side door or create one.
Yeah, we may just have to cut open the side. Well, damn, that's terrifying, I guess. Yeah. So
I would have to say the clown is down on that
not having a camera in your penis.
Yes. Women do better at the doctors than men.
Everything. We can go ahead and say it. It's literally everything.
So the clown is down on that. If you ever have to get it done, and be just hopefully they numb you up better. But it is important if it's the last stage and trying to find something. But my clown is down. I never want to have to do that again.
I don't ever want that to happen to you again. So you think we're wrong, or you think our clown should not have been down, let us know why. Let us know why we're wrong, or you think we're wrong. Because remember, these are our opinions.
That's right. That wasn't me, man. That was the government.